Radio Network. It's been less than a week since the Texans released J.J. Watt, but the market for the three-time NFL Defensive Player of the Year is already red hot. Titans GM John Robinson confirmed Tuesday that he has been in touch with Watt's agent. Tennessee head coach Mike Vrabel was once Watt's D coordinator in Houston. NFL Network's Tom Pelissero reports the Browns, Bills, and Steelers have also contacted Watt's reps. Another Pro Bowl defender is also now on the market. The Panthers released defensive tackle Kawan Short. The move saves Carolina nearly $9 million in cap space. The Dolphins shored up their special teams, signing kicker Jason Sanders to a 5-year, $22 million extension. Sanders was an All-Pro in 2020, making 36 of 39 field goal attempts. And projected first overall pick Trevor Lawrence had surgery on his left non-throwing shoulder Tuesday. Doctors say there were no complications, and the Clemson QB is expected to be fully healthy by training camp. This has been NFL Network Now on the Westwood One Radio Network.
What's in store this week at your local Staples?
Big deals on paper that are kind of a big deal.
That's because Staples has just reduced their everyday prices on True Red paper.
And so right now, a ream of Staples True Red copy paper is only $3.99 every single day.
Just $3.99 for a ream of True Red copy paper makes every day a great day to save at Staples.
Shop in-store or pick up curbside and save big with everyday low prices on paper at Staples.
Limit 3. Curbside available at most stores.
For the ones who know safety isn't a catchphrase, it's a culture. And the ones who help make sure everyone makes it home safe. For the safety-minded who watch everyone's backs, Grainger offers supplies and solutions for every industry, as well as safety assessments and training to keep your facilities safe and your people safer. Call, click Grainger.com, or just stop by. Grainger, for the ones who get it done.
And we are the Imperial Valley's AM 1230 KXOL Centro. How about some birthdays? Because we're going to jump into news early. Are you ready, Gene?
I'm ready.
Comedian Dame Edna. Yeah, you've seen her, right? Actually, it's a guy named Barry Humphries. He's 87. Actress Christina Pickles is 86. Actress Brenda Fricker, 76. Actress Becky Ann Baker, 68. Actress Renee Russo, 67. Richard Karn, the foil on Home Improvement, is 65. Actor Lou Diamond Phillips, 59. Larry the Cable Guy from Beatrice, Nebraska, is 58. Actor Dominic Purcell, 51. Actor Denise Richards, 50. Actor Jerry O'Connell, 47. Actor Kelly Carson, 45. Actor Conrad Ricamora is 42. Actor Jason Ritter is 41. Actor Joseph Gordon-Levitt is 40. Actor Cord Overstreet, 32. Singer, songwriter, and, he's a ginger, would be Ed Sheeran, 30. Actor Sasha Pieters is 25. Local birthdays, got 'em. We have our KXO birthdays. Happy birthday, Lorena Campos, Estela Betancourt, Mel Valenzuela, Tish Lyon Thompson, Stephen Galvan, Simon De Leon, Maria Seaman, Mary Jackson, Elizabeth Valencia, Earl French, Carmen Parker, Carolina Gonzalez, Lydia Valdez, Teresa Osterman, Lori Campos, Jewel Childers, Nikki Richardson, and Amy LaQuesta. Happy birthday from KXO. Okay, birthday wishes to all of them, and many happy returns. So, are you ready to jump in with some news?
I think we better.
We're going to start off with a look at World and California news headlines, brought to you by Lock Air Conditioning, your year-round comfort specialists.
California headline news. FEMA-run mass vaccination sites now open in Oakland and Los Angeles. The Oakland Coliseum site set to operate for at least 8 weeks, though it's still tough to get an appointment.
We don't expect supply challenges, but we do ask people to be patient, keep trying. A lot of people want appointments. We know that. and we will continue to offer those up over the coming weeks.
Tina Curry with the Governor's Office of Emergency Services saying they should be able to administer 6,000 shots a day, 7 days a week for the next 2 months. The captain of the Santa Barbara-based dive boat where 34 people died in 2019, pleading not guilty in federal court. Survivors of the victims looking on. Kathleen McIlvaine's son died in the blaze.
We're here today to honor his memory and to represent the families of all 34 victims.
Jerry Boylan was the skipper of the Conception when it caught fire in the middle of the night near Santa Cruz Island. He's charged with seaman's manslaughter. Dry, low 60s in Sacramento and San Jose, mid 60s in San Luis Obispo. Jeff Scott, California News.
Whatever the weather brings this winter, you can rely on a York Affinity Premium System to keep your home warm and comfortable. You'll get maximum efficiency thanks to advanced technology and helping to significantly reduce your energy bills. Plus, you can stay connected via our Wi-Fi-enabled touchscreen thermostat. Every York unit is designed, engineered, and assembled in the United States and backed by industry-leading warranties. Affordable financing options are available. Call Lock Air Conditioning, your local York dealer, at 760-353-4501. That's 353-4501 to schedule a free evaluation of your system. York, install confidence. Contractor's license 696216.
CBS News Brief. Dr. Anthony Fauci syncs up with the president on estimates to have most Americans vaccinated against COVID by the end of July. He tells CBS
the ultimate total amount of doses that J&J will get us, we're pretty confident that we're going to get the 100 million doses by the end of June, the beginning of July.
His earlier estimate was the end of April. Parts of the South bracing for another battering on the heels of a vicious winter storm, blamed for at least 17 deaths. CBS meteorologist Jeff Berardelli.
Ice once again, especially in East Texas, Louisiana, and then more ice tonight in Virginia and North Carolina.
Former MLB player turned McDonald's franchisee Herbert Washington is suing the company. CBS's Jennifer Kuiper.
He's suing the Chicago-based company, alleging it has steered him into buying franchises in low-income majority black communities while denying him the chance to buy stores in more affluent locations and has forced him to sell several of his stores to white owners.
CBS News Brief. I'm Deborah Rodriguez.
And World and California News headlines brought to you this morning by Lock Air Conditioning. For all your air conditioning and sheet metal needs, call Lock Air Conditioning today. It's page one of the local news, a service of Quick Lane Tire and Auto Centers in Brawley and El Centro.
Taking a look at the latest in local news, the El Centro City Council met in regular session last night. Here is a visit with the mayor.
At the meeting last night, the El Centro City Attorney announced that the city will move forward with establishing a receivership to take control of the Mayan Hotel. We understand with recent fires, the building has become problematic in terms of posing a risk to public safety, so we will be taking immediate action to seize control of that property through a receivership. City Council then issued a proclamation in honor of National Engineers Week, and we acknowledge the tremendous impact that engineers have within our communities. From their talent and expertise, of course, come our transportation system, bridges, streets, buildings, roads, water and wastewater systems, street lighting, and more. And for all of that, we have engineers to thank, and we wanted to acknowledge their tremendous contribution. Next, we recognize Alex Cardenas for his work and dedication to the Friends of the El Centro Community Foundation. Alex Cardenas was a founding member of the Community Foundation, and under his guidance and leadership, the foundation has been wildly successful with many of the city's park and recreation improvements and projects, including just last week, the planting of 500 trees for the benefit of our community. Hats off to Alex Cardenas for his contribution. Council then heard from Tony Machado, who is a representative from the Day Out Adult Health Care Center, which is located in the 700 block of Main Street. Mr. Machado has certainly expressed his frustration regarding vacant buildings downtown and absentee landowners, and those are property owners that live outside of the Imperial Valley who do not properly maintain their properties. Mr. Machado informed the council of the 4 fires that have been started by homeless individuals recently that resulted in smoke penetration into the Day Out Center. This, of course, is absolutely unacceptable. So we then had Norma Villacaña, El Centro's planning director, who reported on a notice of abatement that has been sent to the owner of that derelict property. The owner was provided with a list of items to fix, ordered to secure the building, and was given a very short time frame in which to do so. Everyone is encouraged to report issues like this to the city so that we can take appropriate action. There's no reason that you should be living next to or having to do business next to a property that is not being properly maintained. If you would like to get code enforcement involved, please contact the city at 760-337-4266. Again, that number is 760-337-4266, where you can send an email to the city or go onto our website. There is a complaint procedure there. Council next heard from City Manager Marcela Piedra, who presented on the Multi-Jurisdictional Hazard Mitigation Plan, which is a collaborative effort by the county and the cities to respond to various disaster scenarios. Next up was Richard Romero, the City of El Centro's Director of Finance, who reported on the status of past due utility bills. El Centro will begin disconnecting customers next month who have not established some kind of a payment plan with the city. We have 465 delinquent accounts, and Mr. Romero kind of highlighted all of the outreach efforts that have taken place since June through October, with an announcement of payment plans, follow-up flyers in November, packages hand-delivered to people in December, mailed notice, phone outreach. What was a little perplexing is that there are aid programs available to help people with the payment of their utility bills, and of the 465, only 50 people applied. So additional outreach, but people need to understand that the city will move forward with disconnecting accounts beginning as early as next month. So you are encouraged to call 760-337-4510 and either have staff assist you with going through that process for assistance and or set up a payment plan. Mr. Romero then did provide us with a mid-year budget review and a preview of our 2021-2022 fiscal year budget process. Next was a presentation by Community Services Director Adriana Nava and consultant Brian Conley, who reported out on a feasibility study that's been completed for the Monte Vista Sports and Wellness Complex. This is a 60-acre project site on land owned by ICOE. Feasibility study contemplates the construction of 13 rectangular fields for state-of-the-art, essentially a soccer complex. On-site cost is estimated at about $25.6 million. So pretty big cost there that we need to understand dynamics, not only of how to fund it, but then how to continue to maintain it. ICOE will move forward with a grant application to the state of California for $8.5 million. That would be a tremendous start on that project. Next up, Ms. Nava updated the council on the Imperial Valley Urban Forest Project. She was assisted by Callie Lagakis, who walked the council through 3 grant applications that have already been funded for a total of $5 million. So the first grant we were allowed us to plant a little over 1,400 trees on public property throughout Imperial County. Grant number 2 was the El Centro Free Trees Program. That is going to allow us to plant 1,400 trees on private properties. That program actually was a sign-up, and it was sold out within one day. So we'll be moving forward with the planting of 1,400 trees on private property. Next up, grant number 3 is the Imperial Valley Urban Forest Inventory Plan, which is going to allow us to do a wholesale inventory of all of the trees within Imperial County so that we can determine, what grows well in our particular conditions. One of the things that we are also looking forward to is inventorying the trees that need to be removed because they present some kind of a hazard either to the property owner and or adjacent property owners. It would be our goal to identify those trees and get them removed as soon as possible. Ms. Lagaka has mentioned the possibility of perhaps obtaining grant funding. The trees are taken down, turned into mulch, so an additional benefit there. So watch for additional updates with regard to that. Council then took action to approve $650,000 in Measure P funding for a construction project manager with regard to our new library. So that's, again, another move forward for our new library construction with the hiring of a construction project manager. In the final action of the evening, the City Council entered into an exclusive agreement with Chelsea Investment for the development of a 120-unit affordable housing property. This would be located on property already owned by the city across the street from our first responder park and fire station number 3.
That's El Centro Mayor Cheryl Villegas Walker with an update on last night's City Council meeting. Centers in Brawley and El Centro service all makes and all models, and you never need an appointment. Quick Lane Tire and Auto Centers ready to take care of your automotive service needs. Tires, brakes, batteries, AC service, alignments, lube oil and filter change, and more. Quick Lane Tire and Auto Centers on Imperial Avenue next to Food for Less in El Centro, and in the Brawley Auto Center, Highway 86 and Julia Drive. And that's it for page 1 of the local news, a service of Quick Lane Tire and Auto Centers in Brawley and El Centro. Quick Lane, they service all makes and all models, and you never need an appointment.
This is an advertisement. Paid non-attorney spokesperson Ricky LeBlanc, admitted in Massachusetts only. Sokolov Law LLC, Chestnut Hill, Mass. Paul J. Morgan, Winter Park, Florida. Greg Hoppy, New Jersey. Michael Bro Gonzalez, admitted Louisiana. While this firm maintains joint responsibility, most cases of this type are referred to other attorneys for principal responsibility. Mesothelioma. If you know what mesothelioma is, you or someone you love has likely been affected by this devastating cancer. You may be entitled to compensation. Call Sokolov Law today. 1-800-578-2400. The only known cause of mesothelioma is asbestos exposure. Thousands of U.S. veterans and trade workers are at risk for the disease. Nearly $30 billion in court-ordered trust has been set aside to pay money to asbestos victims. If you or a loved one has been diagnosed with mesothelioma, call now. You may be able to receive compensation without ever going to court or filing a lawsuit. Call for a free legal consultation at 1-800-578-2400. That's 1-800-578-2400. 1-800-578-2400.
And it's page 2 of the local news. It's brought to you by David H. West Insurance Services. See David or Jose for life insurance, health insurance, or retirement planning.
Last night, the Brawley City Council met in regular session. Here is Mayor Luke Hamby.
We had a glitch in our Facebook live stream, so unfortunately the meeting was not able to be viewed live online. However, it can be viewed on the City of Brawley's website archives as well as on Facebook at City of Brawley. All council members were present, and I invited Brawley Police Department Chaplain Pastor John Mark Sharp to offer the invocation, and he did an excellent job. There were no public comments made either by audience members or via email, although a letter of thanks from the Pioneers Memorial Hospital CEO Larry Lewis was read into the record by City Manager Tyler Salcido. The letter commended City of Brawley staff, including PD and Public Works, for their logistics assistance with the recent COVID-19 vaccine clinic facilitated by the hospital. For regular business, we received a COVID statistics update from Fire Chief Mike York, as well as a presentation from him regarding the updated Multi-Jurisdictional Hazard Mitigation Plan, which we voted our approval to adopt. We then approved the first reading of an ordinance adopting rules and regulations for sidewalk vendors who choose to do business in City Park. Next, we were given a mid-year budget review for fiscal year 2020-2021, in which we received both bad news and good as it relates to projected and actual revenues and expenditures. Although revenues have been cramped by COVID lockdowns and associated delinquent utility accounts, so too have expenditures due to reduced levels of services the city offers. Actual revenues and expenditures were overall on target with projected numbers. The most positive part of the budget review was hearing about the stronger and leaner executive team that is emerging and assembling in spite of the extreme disadvantages COVID has dealt us as an agency. We then discussed the budget calendar for fiscal year 2021-2022 and made a plan to be able to finalize and approve next year's budget by June 15th, 2021. Then we had a robust discussion regarding a proposal that was brought to us by City Manager Tyler Salcido to contract with an urban planning firm to conduct an economic analysis for the city of Brawley. Much was said by City Manager and each council member about the necessity of thinking in new and innovative ways in order to make the best and most informed decisions toward proper balanced development that will sustain and prosper our city. Toward that end, the need for clear, concise, and truthful data was discussed at length among council, and direction was given to the city manager to bring this item back to our next meeting, along with a request to include representatives from the proposed urban planning firm to give a more detailed presentation and answer any other questions we might have before voting whether or not to approve the item and move forward with contracting their services. Overall, it was a very encouraging and thought-provoking discussion with the potential to change for the better the way we and future councils approach decisions about development and growth. Next, we heard a monthly staffing report from Personnel and Risk Management Administrator Shirley Bonillas with good news about vacant positions being filled in Parks and Recreation Management, PD, and other departments. We heard a report of work being finalized on an emergency construction project at the water treatment plant from Public Works Director Guillermo Cias, and received a record of building permits for the month of January from interim building official Oscar Escalante in our agenda packet. The city manager gave us our quarterly investment summary through December 31, 2020, and we wrapped up the meeting with reports from council members, city manager, and city attorney regarding various city and county related meetings attended, interactions with concerned citizens, and appreciation for the efforts of city staff.
The mayor of Brawley, Luke Hamby, will be back with a look at the weather.
It's nice to explore your options when it comes to buying insurance, no matter what you're looking for. David H. West Insurance Services offers it all. And being an independent broker, we have many companies to choose from. We continue providing Medicare and health plans and now offer auto, home, and commercial insurance. David H. West Insurance Services can find the right insurance to fit your needs and budget. And best of all, a staff who cares about you. So don't hesitate to pick up the phone and call David H. West Insurance Services at 760-352-3411. That's 352-3411 for a free insurance review. That's 352-3411.
According to the National Weather Service, a weather system lingering over the region today will bring more daytime breezy conditions. Slightly below normal temperatures through tomorrow will warm to above normal this weekend before potential for highs to top 80 degrees early next week. Dry conditions are expected to prevail across the Imperial and Yuma valleys through at least early next week. 76 our high yesterday, 51 the low. Sunny today with a high near 71. North-northwest wind 5 to 10 miles an hour. Mostly clear tonight with a low around 44. Northwest wind about 5 miles an hour. Thursday will be sunny with a high near 69. North wind about 10 miles an hour. 48 degrees downtown, 52% relative humidity. Wind out of the west-northwest at 5 to 10 miles an hour. Air quality throughout the Imperial and Mexicali valleys right now is good. Page 2 of the local news and the weather brought to you by David H. West Insurance Services. See David or Jose for health insurance plans and Medicare supplemental coverage.
The President's Day Sell-a-thon is on at your San Diego County Ford dealers, which means great deals are on across the lineup of Ford SUVs and trucks. Deals like this one. Right now, you can get an extra $1,000 trade assist with your qualified trade toward a 2020 Ford Escape Gas, Edge, Expedition, or a 2021 Ford Explorer. Not all buyers will qualify for Ford credit financing. Trade assist requires trade-in of 95 or newer vehicle or lease terminated 30 days prior to or 90 days after new retail delivery. Customer must have owned vehicle for a minimum of 30 30 days prior to trade-in. Not available on plug-in hybrid. Residency restrictions apply. Take new retail delivery from an authorized Ford dealer stock by 3/1/2021. See dealer for qualifications and complete details. Your San Diego County Ford dealers are open and ready with huge deals for a limited time. So get on the road or shop online at buyfordnow.com. That's buyfordnow.com. Because the President's Day Sell-a-thon is on. Hurry, all these deals end soon.
It's Sports Time, brought to you by Pioneers Memorial Healthcare District, an affiliate of the Scripps Health Network, working together to provide you the best care. NBA action, the Celtics over the Nuggets, 112-99. Pelicans pounded the Grizzlies, 144-113. It was the Raptors rolling. They beat the Bucks, 124-113. Lakers topped the Timberwolves, 112-104. Trailblazers over the Thunder, 115-104. The Nets, 128. Suns, 124. Spurs and the Pistons postponed.
Pioneers Memorial Healthcare District is open and ready to serve you and your family for all your healthcare needs. Let our team of dedicated physicians guide you on your journey to better health. Pioneers is a recognized leader in healthcare and has more than 10 health centers and clinics throughout the Imperial Valley. When the need arises, don't hesitate to come and see us. We have services and locations in Kxo and Brawley, and of course, our award-winning hospital, Pioneers Memorial. For more information on all of Pioneer services, visit pmhd.org today.
And in other news, the LA Galaxy have complete signing of Mexican teenage prodigy Alex Alcala. Alcala is 15. He's been training with the Galaxy Academy since last year and has now signed his first professional contract. Well, baseball, pitchers and catchers reporting this week. Yeah. Spring training getting underway. And, pitchers and catchers this week, position players next week, and maybe the start of the season by April 1st. That's it for Sports Time, brought to you by Pioneers Memorial Healthcare District. Log on to pmhd.org for more information about Pioneers Memorial Healthcare District.
Since 1901, Imperial Printers Rocket Copy has provided the finest printing and copying services from start to finish. When you choose Imperial Printers Rocket Copy, you can feel confident in our expertise and personal attention to your project. We have a team of professional graphic designers ready to take your ideas and make them a reality. From promotional merchandise, full-color brochures, blueprints, and high-speed copies to business forms and everything else in between, Imperial Printers Rocket Copy offers dependable and affordable quality printing. Thank you for choosing locally owned and operated Imperial Printers Rocket Copy. We have convenient locations near you at 430 West Main Street and 100 South 11th Street in El Centro and 184 South Plaza in Brawley.
And right now, we've got a look at financial news and a brief look at the weather, all by Southwest Security, a locally owned security service protecting you and your property. Southwest Security also offers live scan fingerprinting to the public. U.S. stocks dipped at the opening bell in New York. This follows a record for the Dow yesterday and multiple better than expected economic reports. Investors may be sitting back and taking some profits. A slew of data released early today, such as retail sales, producer prices, industrial production, and capacity utilization, all beat expectations. So what else is going on in the market? Well, Warren Buffett, yes, the Omaha prophet, it appears that Buffett on the financial sector's prospects, and that the Oracle of Omaha also has a newfound interest in big oil, as well as telecom and media. He also bought stakes in Dow Components, Chevron, and Verizon in the fourth quarter of last year. Buffett's Berkshire Hathaway yesterday disclosed in its latest quarterly filing with the Securities and Exchange Commission that the industrial conglomerate no longer owns shares of J.P. Morgan Chase, PNC, or M&T. The shares were sold sometime in the fourth quarter. The J.P. Morgan Chase sale is noteworthy given that Berkshire partnered with the J. Maimon-led bank and Amazon on a health insurance venture named Haven, formed in 2018, but which last month announced plans to shut down.
Southwest Security Company is a locally owned security company protecting your property or your business and now offering live scan fingerprinting to the public. Plus, they added Southwest Postal with post office boxes you can access 24 hours a day, 365 days a year, with shipping services too, using DHL, UPS, and FedEx. They're conveniently located at the corner of Heil and 4th Street in El Centro. And if you need something notarized, they can do that too. You can count on Southwest Security and Southwest Postal for 24 hours a day, 365 days a year.
Look for sunny skies today with a high near 71, north-northwest wind 5 to 10 miles an hour. Tonight will be mostly clear with a low around 44, northwest wind about 5 miles an hour. Thursday, sunny with a high near 69, north wind about 10 miles an hour. Well, we've jumped up to 53 degrees downtown, 43% relative humidity, wind out of the west at about 5 miles an hour. Air quality is good. And a reminder, Dogwood and Ayton closed, IID working on pole repair. That's Dogwood and Ayton. Financial news and the weather brought to you by Southwest Security, now offering 24-hour-a-day post boxes. Southwest Postal at the corner of 4th and Heil, El Centro.
Last year was crazy. My hours were cut.
I was out of work for months.
I need a better job.
At the Center for Employment Training, study for a career in construction or healthcare. Go to cetweb.edu. Financial aid is available to those who qualify, and we offer job placement assistance to graduates. All programs can be completed in under a year based on attendance. Go to cetweb.edu or call 760-592-0208 for CET. Work hard. Be strong.
The best oldies on the radio. KXO El Centro, the Imperial Valley's local news source.
This is CBS News on the Hour, your home for original reporting.
I'm Steve Kathan, digging out. In Lexington, Kentucky, snow from a second storm system blasting through the region this week. Woody Stanton is snowbound in Seymour, Indiana.
We got neighbors that'll help us out, friends that'll help us out, family that'll help us out.
At least 18 deaths are blamed on the weather this week, and the real crisis continues to play out in Texas, where the second storm has brought more misery to millions who've been without power, heat, and in some cases, water. CBS's Omar Villafranca is in Dallas.
The governor here in Texas actually called this storm the winter version of Hurricane Harvey. And one of the issues is that Texas is the only state in the lower 48 that has its own grid.
The mayor of Colorado City, Texas, has resigned after telling residents on social media posts to fend for themselves in the cold with no power. He accused people of looking for a government handout to survive. CBS News meteorologist Jeff Baradelli on the outlook.
It's going to stay cold in Texas, but as we head into Saturday and Sunday, by Sunday, we're about 67 degrees in Houston.
President Biden expects 600 million COVID vaccine doses available by the end of July. Dr. Anthony Fauci tells CBS This Morning that'll be possible with the help of a third vaccine.
The ultimate total amount of doses that J&J will get us, we're pretty confident that we're going to get the 100 million doses by the end of June, the beginning of July.
And on school reopenings, CBS's Stephen Portnoy tells us.
One analysis finds most U.S. schools are already open, but in many metro areas, there's a lack of consistency. If new CDC guidance relying on community spread were followed, nearly all schools would have to close. As the country looks to the White House for leadership, there's confusion in messaging. When it comes to K through 8, Vice President Harris tells NBC.
Our goal is that it will be 5 days a week.
Earlier this month, the press secretary said the goal was for schools to be open at least 1 day a week, something the president now calls a miscommunication. Stephen Portnoy, CBS News, Washington.
Overseas, Queen Elizabeth's husband, Prince Philip, is ailing, as we hear from CBS's Vicky Barker in London.
Buckingham Palace says the 99-year-old Duke of Edinburgh was admitted to a London hospital last night as a purely precautionary measure. He is not believed to be suffering from COVID, and it appears he made the journey from Windsor Castle
Atlantic City was a 37-year-old casino that had seen better days. Now, after an implosion, it's a pile of dust and debris. Wall Street right now, the Dow is down 23 points. NASDAQ is down 141. This is CBS News.
CBS News Radio is your home for breaking news. With our team of reporters around the country and the world, we give you the coverage you can trust.
What to watch with Entertainment Tonight's Kevin Frazier, sponsored by Bank of America. Is another hit 90s sitcom coming back? Kevin recently sat down with singer-actress Brandy.
Everybody's getting back together. All these casts are reuniting. Will we see the Moesha cast get back together?
I am in talks right now with the right people for that to happen.
Brought to you by the Bank of America Cash Rewards Credit Card. Earn 3% cash back on online shopping for all the essentials in your life.
I love being able to share with our family who's listening how much we all love State Farm insurance. With surprisingly great rates, State Farm has saved us money with our car and home insurance.
I mean, you're my wife. You know how much I love a great deal, so of course I'm going to love the great rates and great service at State Farm. It's good for my wallet and for my family.
State Farm meets my needs, plus I get to control how and what I want for my budget. And I do it all from their award-winning mobile app.
Surprisingly great rates. Like a good neighbor, State Farm is there.
A change of routine today for observant Christians.
Smudged foreheads and blessings? It'll be DIY this Ash Wednesday, the first of the COVID-19 era. The Vatican has instructed church leaders to hold drive-through services and give out to-go baggies of ashes to bless and apply at home. Some churches have decided to place smudges on the back of parishioners' hands or sprinkle them on top of heads. For Catholics, today marks the start of the Lenten period leading up to Easter. Rodriguez, CBS News.
And Ash Wednesday follows Fat Tuesday in New Orleans. Mardi Gras was subdued this year because of the pandemic. No parades or large gatherings. Bars were closed, too. Some decorated their homes instead. One group carried a giant voodoo doll depicting the city's mayor through the streets, dubbing her Queen Destroyer. Steve Kathan, CBS News.
The IRS doesn't mess around. If they want your money, they'll take it. They can take your paycheck and bank accounts too, even threaten your home or business. Don't take on the IRS alone. If you owe back taxes, the smartest thing you can do is call Optima Tax Relief. The experts at Optima specialize in a powerful IRS tax assistance program called the Fresh Start Initiative. And their clients that qualify are saving thousands, even tens of thousands. One call starts the process to stop the demand letters, stop aggressive collection actions, and stop the IRS from targeting you. But don't delay. It's important to act now while you still have options. Optima is A+ rated with the Better Business Bureau. Optima has already resolved over $1 billion of tax debt for their clients. Get your life back. For tax help you need, for tax help trust, call Optima now for your free consultation.
Call 800-343-6460. 800-343-6460. 800-343-6460.
Optima Tax Relief.
Some restrictions apply. For complete details, please visit OptimaTaxRelief.com.
And now, more of the best oldies on the radio with Carroll Buckley.
Classic case of neurotic narcissism and a first-class smarty pants.
AM 1230 KXO.